or make you laugh, make you cry like Ain't Life Funny. Ugh.
Hey everybody, this is Matt from Ain't Life Funny. Aaron and I are some dumbasses and didn't record an intro, so just real quick, thanks for listening, and this is episode 23 of Ain't Life Funny Podcast. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Aaron, this is the NFL Week 2 portion of the podcast. So first of all, we were already discussing this, but I had to hit record so we didn't just fuck up and not record some gold here. But so week 1 in the books. As far as the Cowboys go, I know you're very disappointed. You seem actually sort of behind, and you expected this. So, and
I told you, bro.
I
I know my team, Matt. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, some soothsayer or whatever, but when it comes to the Cowboys, I can smell, like, in the week in advance, the stink coming off of them. And I was just like, I seen the Rams on Hard Knocks. Aaron Donald has a six-pack made out of fucking Animanium. Like, the dude looks like Wolverine or some shit. And it's like, you're not going to – like, we had injuries on the offensive line. Like, our starting right tackle's been out, and he's out on injury reserve and shit. I was like, there's no way we're going to contain that guy with our regular backup lineman, dude. Like, the thing that's crazy about the Cowboys is they've wasted, like, 5 draft picks over the last 4 years on offensive linemen. None of those guys are on the team, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, all the backup guys, like, none of them are on the team. Unless we got a guy out the first round, all the rest of those guys that we got, like, is like, oh, like, some dude named McGovern that we got. And it was like, let's see how he turns out. Guys nowhere to be found. Like, I don't know what happened to him. Like, and it's like, they drafted him, like, the 4th round, dude. It's like, could we gotten maybe another linebacker then, maybe, or something? Like, a corner, a playmaker, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are wasted picks. That's why our team isn't good, man. Like, I called we were going to lose by 3. And the reason why I know we're going to lose by 3 is because exactly why the Patriots have been good for so long is why the Cowboys will never be good. Like, Bill Belichick is totally comfortable winning the game by 1 point, bro. Like, he'll gladly run the ball, do whatever, dink and dunk down the field, waste the time off the clock, strategically kicking to certain parts of the field, like, just so that at the end of the game they have a chance with the ball in their hand to win by 1 point. That's all you need to do. But the Cowboys, it's like they feel like if they're not, like, scoring 27, 28, you know what I'm saying, over 30 points, they feel like they're not doing nothing, bro. And a lot of teams fall victim to that. I think that's the problem with the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, you can name a lot of teams like that, dude. Like, the Saints kind of do that shit sometimes. Where it's like, if they're not scoring, they just start airing it out, you know?
Yeah, but they win, dude. They look
well, they got a defense this year, bro. I didn't realize they had so many people in their secondary that are just straight squad, dog. They're like, if you start naming the people they have, if you start naming the people they have in their division, dude, like, they got, like, in their secondary, they have the North Jenkins, first-round draft pick. They got that dude Lattimore, he's a first-round draft pick. Like, he's Pro Bowler and shit. They got fucking Malcolm Jenkins from the Patriots. Like, they got, like, just name after name in that secondary where it's just like, oh, my God, bro. Like, I think they got that dude, the Honey Badger kid from Arizona. Like, they just got,
he's on the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs. That's right.
I didn't even know that either. I saw him on Sunday. I was like, oh, shit. They got him, too? What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. It's going to wind up being the Saints and the Chiefs probably if this shit keep going away from week 1 tell you anything. But we'll see. I mean,
it's crazy how – I mean, Lamar Jackson, though, I don't know. The Ravens look – which sucks for my team. But one thing – I'll say one positive about
you're playing the Browns, bro.
Something that I didn't expect, at least in week 1 to see a result of, is that you guys gave that Alden Smith dude a chance, even though he hasn't played football in 5 years. That guy came day 1 after 5 years of not playing football and looked like a stud.
It was crazy.
How much of a mutant is that guy?
It's crazy when you see what a real defensive player look like, man. But he got on the worst. He's on the worst defense he could have possibly been on, dude. Because the Cowboys are soft as candy up the middle, bro. For the last, 4 years.
Maybe he'll help with that, though.
I pray to God he does, bro. Because, like, our middle interior defense, bro, you can run the ball up the gut on the Cowboys all day, and they will fucking get stumped. That's how we lost to the Rams in the playoffs, bro. Like, I don't know if people remember that game like 2 years ago when they were in the playoffs against the Rams. They ran up the ball with the ball at the gut with C.J. Anderson, and he just bounced around like a pinball on them. And all linebackers fall back. Like, when they tackle, they fall backwards. They don't never knock nobody forward off their ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you need to be doing that. You're giving up yards. You're giving up 4 yards every time that guy lays down. So, I don't know, man.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I don't like
you
know your team, and I agree. Like, obviously, you do know your team because the record speaks for itself. Now, me, you know me, dude. I like to hate the Steelers because I love them so much. And usually I'm dead on. Usually I know exactly what to expect. I smelled bullshit whenever all this was coming out. I mean, last year we had a great defense, no offense because we had no Ben Roethlisberger. Even I started to get excited because Ben Roethlisberger was coming back. You know, it's hard to find a veteran like that. So I said we were going to win. We're playing the Giants. But in the back of my mind, as with I'm sure a lot of Steelers fans, I know how we play down the competition. We could be a dynamite, undefeated team with no weakness whatsoever and play the shittiest team of all time and only win the game in the last second because we played down to that shit or maybe we'll lose the game in most cases. But I thankfully was wrong, dude. At first, I got real fucking scared because Ben was looking like shit. And I will preface all this by saying it was a shitty Giants team who, got to be honest, I know they have Saquon Barkley, but they don't have much else other than that. That's about it.
They have a Saquon Barkley with no offensive line, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
Ben Roethlisberger had more rushing yards than he did in the game.
Right.
So
that's crazy.
But that's a credit also to a defense who I thought was led by T.J. Watt, but apparently Bud Dupree has now become the god of fucking 3-4 linebackers because, dude.
Bro, when I was looking at the highlights.
Literally could not. First of all, bro. I guess I forgot that he's like 6'8", 270.
He's a monster, bro.
That's insane. Somebody that huge running at you like that, no wonder that guy was running scared.
Bro, all I seen every highlight was just like 3 people tackling Saquon Barkley in the backfield at the same time. It was just like a fucking sack party on the running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like they don't stand a chance, dude. Like, I actually kind of feel bad for the Giants because they are the worst team in our division right now. And like that's one thing that the Cowboys have in there like against them is that our division isn't really going to lay down for us because they actually will play hard against the Cowboys, I'm sure, because Jason Garrett's old team, he's the coach now and shit. And then the Redskins actually got a defense, bro, which everybody keeps shitting on them. But I've been saying it for the last 3 years, bro. I seen the Redskins go to Seattle and, like, put a hurting on Russell Wilson one day, bro, where it was like, how are they doing this with no quarterback? They held Russell Wilson to like 12 points. I forgot exactly what the score was for that game, but like it was amazing. And I was like, that ain't just no fluke, you know what I'm saying? And then the Eagles are who they are.
Oh,
I seen the Reds. Yeah, they play the Eagles, but like the Eagles are who they are, man. Like I don't think Carson Wentz is that guy. Like you were talking about Dak not being that guy when the pressure's on and shit. I think Dak's the best quarterback in that division. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I think Carson Wentz. I think when shit's not going his way, he just gets tunnel vision, and like before the play even gets called, he's like, I'm gonna throw the ball to that guy. Like this play always works in practice. I'm throwing it to him no matter what happens. And I think he like has that tell or something because if you were looking, like he threw 2 picks, and both times the Redskins went back to the sidelines and were looking like, I told you, like they knew something about what he does, like some little tell that he has in his game. I think they picked up on it, and they were straight up like feasting off of old boy, bro, because they were losing bad. And the next thing you know, it's just like pick up. We're back in the game because like their quarterback's not even good for the Redskins. He's good enough to move the ball enough to beat them. You know what I'm saying? So it was amazing.
I was looking at him like, I wonder if this guy improved at all, but he still looked like a rookie quarterback. He was not. He looked like really robotic back there. But
yeah, man,
they won. So
right.
But
well, I'm glad. I love seeing the Eagles lose.
Yeah, no shit. Me too. I think something with Wentz that nobody, I mean, maybe people think about it, but that guy's knee got shredded. He was like a lot of his stuff was based off him being athletic. So I think now he's healthy, but I think he's lost like, a couple steps because his knee got shredded. So all those things that he might have been able to do before, he just doesn't have the speed to get out, to do those swing passes and stuff. And I didn't watch the game other than just the highlights and stuff, but it was I don't know. I mean, Dak definitely is the best quarterback in your division. I mean, who else?
People
it's him.
It's between him and Wentz. It's him,
right.
Danny Dimes, and then that Redskin kid, what's his name, Haskins or whatever. But like everybody always wants to try to say that Dak is worse than him. I guess because he doesn't have like a stronger arm. But I think in the modern NFL, it's not all about arm strength anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a quarterback that can run, and then like Dak can run through people like cornerbacks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like that's an asset. You know what I mean? Whereas Carson Wentz, like you said, his knee shredded. He's not going to get to the outside on the hashes and scramble to the sideline on the goal line play or something, or do a read option. You know what I mean? So like you're already limited in that. The fact that Dak can still do that and then make all the throws too, like that's to me makes him a better quarterback. But to each his own. Like if you want to, I think they just want to hate on the running quarterback still. Like there's still that little, bit of drop of guys in it, you know what I mean? Where it's like, well, his arm ain't a cannon, it's like, okay, and neither is Russell Wilson's arm, but at the same time, Russell Wilson makes every play, doesn't get sacked, and fucking is a baller, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he does actually kind of have a rocket because that dude used to play baseball too, but it ain't like Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's just great, dude. He didn't make any mistakes on Sunday, so when you can do that, that's about – you can't really expect anything less now, especially for them. I mean, he's been doing that for a while. Everybody talked shit about that guy when he came into the league, but now he's basically silenced every hater that he ever had. Yeah. I mean,
I got a bold prediction for you, though, for your squad.
Well, was what I was going to say. Before you give me your bold prediction, as far as my team goes, after week 2, I'm very hopeful of the season. I usually, like I said, super skeptical, and I'm going to need to see them play a good team, which even next week, I don't really think that's going to be a good test.
I was about to say, it's going to be a while. That's why I was about to say I got the bold prediction, which is y'all about to be in the playoffs, bro.
Well, one thing we didn't talk about last week that I didn't even realize till I think on Sunday, there's going to be 7 teams in the playoffs now. They added teams. So I think we probably will end up in the playoffs, even if it's just because of that, like a gimme one.
Well, y'all division, man, like you got to realize, bro, off top, y'all got 4 wins, bro. Y'all play the Browns twice, and y'all play Cincinnati twice. Yeah. That's 4 wins. Like, regardless, like I don't see how y'all lose to them. You know what I'm saying? Like Cincinnati is trizash right now. Like I'm talking like bottom of the barrel. I don't even know who's on their team anymore, bro.
Just
like straight up,
quarterback and AJ Green. That's about it.
That's what I'm
saying.
AJ so
Green, I think he gets injured like every 5 minutes now, so it doesn't. I don't know what best he is anymore.
Cincinnati is in rebuild. You know what I'm saying? So off rip, they're not about to beat y'all, bro. If y'all lose to them, that's just off of pride, and maybe they try to show up and do something, or they're gonna do some dirty shit or whatever. Like, but y'all gonna probably beat their ass. And then the Browns are lost in the woods, bro. Like always.
I don't know why
they
constantly gotta. It's like whatever the consensus pick is for a quarterback in a draft, which they always need a quarterback. So it's always they're in the discussion. Everyone's always like, nah. There's always some guy everyone says that you shouldn't draft first, but they go, you know what?
Right.
We know better. Clearly our record speaks for itself. So we're gonna.
Well, you know what my theory is.
And it's just like
my theory with the Browns is that I think that because they're in a town where they've been so bad, they are more in love with being in the papers than actually winning games. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Jerry Jones has that problem too, where he like will say stuff just to make headlines and shit, and he like gets to be in the public eye for the week, and it's fun, I think, to him. I think the Browns don't get that enough, so when they get that chance to like be in the public eye and make that big splash, they can't not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, It literally could be like, we caught this, like Johnny Football, bro. That's exactly what that was. Like, they basically caught Johnny Football smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? like damn near, you know what I'm saying? And like, it was like, well, he's Johnny Football though, bro. Just imagine, he comes to Cleveland. He's out there chucking it.
He's
Like,
got a
there's whoever their
hashtag,
marketing guy.
guys. He's got a hashtag already. We don't even gotta think
telling
of
you,
this
man.
shit.
It's like the Browns are like the forgotten, lost
You know what's
middle
fucked
child.
up about Johnny Manziel is that guy was so overblown that he couldn't even make it in the Canadian Football League. He couldn't make it in Canadian, like the most beleaguered quarterbacks of all time in the NFL have shined there. And he went there as a young stud, and apparently, like, he couldn't even – I guess you were right. Maybe he was smoking crack or something. I don't remember.
I think that he touched the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at, like, Teddy Bridgewater, you know what I'm saying? Like, that guy has been on mad teams and gets mad respect now because, like, he kept working, you know what I'm saying? Like, he kept grinding. It's like some David Goggins shit where it's like you might not be the best, you might not be the fastest, but – you come there every day with the intent of working harder than anyone that you ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And like Manziel just got it all from the rip where it was just like, oh man, I just show up and greatness just happens. Like I was drunk during the Rose Bowl and I still was out there shining. You know what I'm saying? So in his mind, he got that to fall back on. Whereas Bridgewater's fallback is, yo, ain't nobody never gave me shit, so I got to go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime things get hard, he look back on a hard time. We like, man, I overcame that. Whereas Manziel's fallback is, oh, yeah, man, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got lucky there. You know what I'm saying? And, like, luck only going to get your ass for so far, bro. Talent only get you but so far. At a certain point, it's got to be you got to put in that work, man, and grind. And, like, he just wasn't about that, bro. Because even in the Canadian league, you said, like, in the Canadian football leagues, he could have went there, worked hard for 2 years, got on as a backup somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Especially now when they in a league where there ain't hardly nobody that can ball, bro. And they even talking to Kaepernick again. You don't think Johnny Football's name still would have held some weight if he would have went to Canada and just did anything, dog? Like he could have just averaged 200 yards a game.
Some good tape on. I remember watching one game and just like be like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Is he gonna light it up? No.
Crazy, bro. People just don't.
It was even more boring than Canadian football usually is.
Right.
You don't
it's just also like I said, just pride, bro. Like you get to that point where it's just like, man, I'm too good to be going there. It's like this shit beneath me, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, you'll see.
Good luck.
You'll see. Right, because football is one of them. Right, football one of them sports where like that shit like shows on film. You know what I'm saying? Where like the best cornerback might go against the best receiver and get beat, but then like that cornerback that offseason will go and work hard and study tape and shit, and then the next game they play, he'll lock them down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the beauty of football, like the game within the game. And like if you ain't thinking like that, you'll never get. That's why Brady's so good. Brady spent every hour watching tape, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit adds up, bruh. Like I know people don't like that shit or whatever, and I know a lot of players maybe not into that, but that's how you get good at that level, bro. Because everybody already talented. You know what I'm saying? Everybody already running 4 or 5 speeds and shit. So, but yeah, man, still going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, just based off the defense, the only teams we're going to be – I feel like we might even be able to steal one from the Ravens. I know they have a better quarterback, but I feel like we might be – it just depends, like, their tight end situation. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about.
Well, you guys are like the Giants were that year when they went to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got the ability to be that type of team where it's like – you can already, like, let's name the AFC playoff team that's going to wind up showing up. Chiefs for sure, you know what I'm saying? Ravens for sure. Definitely, I'm thinking the Chargers might wind up and actually do something this year because they kind of got a little bit of a squad, bro. They got a defense, man, that people don't really think about.
Well, I mean, the Raiders were –
I'm thinking they're going to be the wild card. Oh, yeah, the Raiders was looking all right, too. They're going to be somebody to think about, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's the thing. It's like the 2 top tiers is the Ravens and the Chiefs, and then, like, the bottom, the next tier is, like, like the Steelers, like Chargers, Raiders, like all kind of in there.
I feel like we're better than all those teams, though. Like I feel like our defense is top tier. It's our offense we got to worry about.
The Bills,
really, because
you know what I'm saying?
Ben Roethlisberger's so old.
But
I mean, I'll say this: like if he gets injured, it's a whole nother ball game, which it could definitely happen. It happens most years.
What's hurting y'all right now is y'all lost that running back.
I don't really.
Y'all need it.
You know what's really fucked up is a fan of this guy. I love James Conner to death, but that guy who was behind him, this Benny Snell dude, I think he's actually way better.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, to me, that's the key for y'all, though. If y'all can have a ball control offense, Ben Roethlisberger only throwing the ball like 25, 30 times at the most,
Yeah.
That's where y'all gonna shine. You know what I'm
Plus,
saying?
we
And
have a
then
guy
just like,
behind Snell who's named Jalen Samuels, I think, who is more of a
Yeah.
speed back, Willie Parker type. And
yeah.
so I think we're still okay. I don't know what James Conner's situation is. I just know that, dude, that guy did survive cancer, and I know I don't have the same athletic base that he does, but the fact that he did anything like close to what I did and got to the NFL period is a miracle. And
Oh yeah.
if somebody tackled me once, I would shatter like Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable. I would shatter.
Me too. Shit. Me
Oh.
too. And I ain't got no
You
cancer. Bro. That's just the nature of what the shit is, bro. Like,
But I mean, that
I find
shit
it-
would shred somebody. I mean, his muscles there's got to be some sort of deterioration that hasn't happened to other athletes. So maybe he'll do good. I think he actually might come back. He has a different style. And I think that maybe his is more sort of timing and power. So we had some issues with our line. The guy who is DeCastro is one of our big linemen on offense. He was out. And I think there was just some shit where he wasn't necessarily getting the holes that he needed. So I'm not closing the book on him, but I just think that the guy who was his backup is not necessarily backup caliber. He's a starter that just happened to be a younger guy who hadn't established himself. But he did good. He got over 100 yards. I don't really think there was more than 2 or 3 other running backs that got over 100 yards on Sunday or Monday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So,
well, what you got to worry about with like when you lose those linemen is like all the protections change a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because like they got to get used to each other. And then like when you got that young running back, you got to worry about like pass blocking. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't really running the ball so much as like, can he get Ben Roethlisberger enough time to drop the bombs? You know what I'm saying? But I think if y'all are smart, y'all wouldn't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember how like old school Kansas City used to be when they had Jaworski as the coach and shit, where it was like they would run the ball, but then they would do everything off of play actions. You know what I'm saying? Where they would roll out and like Ben Roethlisberger can still do that. Like he still got legs. You know what I'm saying? Like just play off of stuff like that where you're not really trying to like just stand back in the pocket like a statue and actually like do some mixed directions and stuff. I think that'll give y'all a better chance of actually being a good team. But I didn't really get a chance to analyze y'all offense like I wanted to, man. I got to go to bed early now, man. I'm on some waking up early and getting it in type
during
shit.
the fucking game anyway. Like I honestly,
Let's talk about that,
bro.
Monday Night Football is trash, bro. Like their announcers are like listening to a youth pastor or some shit, bro. Like it's like what is happening?
But he's a college analyst, and I don't know, man.
Terrible.
Like it just wasn't. He's not the color commentator guy that they need. They need somebody. I'll take Dennis Miller at this point, just saying some dumb shit.
Bro, it's so bad, man. Like they need to just let like 2 regular just football dudes do it, but like it wouldn't be me and you because we'd be cussing too much.
Well, I just wish you could figure out a way to do something live where it was just like basically a commentary track where you could watch the game but just have to listen to other, like almost like that E button on a remote where you could switch it and make it different announcers and stuff.
Yeah, man.
It'd be nice, but I don't know. It was nice. It was definitely nice just to watch football anyway. I got into it, and I don't know. For your team, I think it's not necessarily indicative of the year, but I'll listen to what you got to say about that. I think the Steelers will make the playoffs. I said that before. I don't think they're going to – it's just hard to see them beating the Chiefs, but it's a whole season away, so who knows where we're going to be at by the end of the season. But I think they'll make it to the playoffs. I could see that.
Right. Like I said, I think that Ben Roethlisberger got enough skill, and all the other teams, like I said, that those middle of the pack teams all have quarterback questions, bro. Like I said, Chargers. David Carr kind of is an established quarterback, but everybody's always had a question mark over him. Josh Allen for the Bills, he ain't, no superstar stud. The Dolphins ain't about to do shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? No. Like I can't even name another AFC team that's even in that pack. I'm trying to think like who else is kind of out there, but
well, I guess people would say the Texans, but I mean they got kind of embarrassed a little bit on.
Well, they
were playing
They got nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, they got nothing to be ashamed of because like the Texans they're a good squad, but the problem with the Texans division is that they play Tennessee and they play the Colts.
Damn, that's
like
a tough division, though.
That division beats itself up every year, bro. Like, because Tennessee was actually looking kind of good, man. They actually might be that sleeper team again that'll sneak in that 7th spot. You
They
know
got
what I'm saying?
Henry,
Like,
dude. If they got that guy and
That's
he's
what I'm saying.
healthy, I don't want to play
Bro,
with him.
that guy is like 245 pounds of straight bricks,
It's like
dude.
I said, dude.
Like-
Imagine Bud Dupree running at you with a ball in his hand.
It's crazy, man.
It's
Like
not
straight
like
sack
Travis
of
Henry ain't
bricks.
trying to avoid contact. He is running at
Oh,
whoever he
Derrick
sees.
Henry, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
he
Derrick
ain't running out the way of nothing. Yeah, it's like get out. You want to tackle me? You gonna feel this tackle, and then he runs over you, bro. It's amazing, dog. Like
Well,
straight up.
So we got to keep this pick'em shit going now. So for me,
Uh,
I'm going to tell you the games between our two, like for both of our teams. So Pittsburgh plays Denver on Sunday. Denver lost. Pittsburgh obviously won. I'm obviously picking Pittsburgh on this one. I can't see them losing to them. I didn't see anything from Denver.
are y'all in Denver?
No, it's at Pittsburgh. So
Oh yeah, they're gonna lose, bro.
I
Denver
don't-
looked bad. Like they should have lost that game against the Titans by twice as many points because
Yeah.
their Titans kicker went out there and missed like 3 kicks. You know what I'm saying? So like off rip, like they were getting their ass kicked, bro. Because like Titans, that's really how they're supposed to win. Like they're a field goal kicking team, bro. They're not gonna hit home runs. They run the ball and they score and then they have a good defense behind it. Like if their kicker wasn't missing, they would have got blown out Monday night. It wouldn't even been close. So y'all about to smack them, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it's just going to be about the same as it was last week. So I'd say Steelers beat the Broncos 24-14.
Oh, I'm thinking it's gonna be a fucking super ass whooping where it's gonna be like
Shit.
21-7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll give them one touchdown, only like in trash time touchdown at the end of the game. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Y'all actually might wind up getting 30 on them, bro. But I'm gonna just keep it low because I feel like y'all might have some sympathy in your heart and just be like, we just want to, beat them and be nice. I think it's gonna be like 21-7.
Okay, hold on one
At
second.
least.
So you're saying 21-7. And I said 24-14.
Now this next game that we're about to predict, I have to pick the Cowboys, bro. Like I don't really have a choice because Skip Bayless, old crackhead ass, once again, I told you, said he thinks in the first 6 games the Cowboys about to be 6-1, which is like, what type of dope did you smoke that morning? Because we played we played that team, right? We got beat. We played the Rams, got beat. Played Atlanta at Cowboys, and then we played Seattle at Seattle. It's like, how are we going to get out in 3 games without losing, bro? So we're going to lose to Seattle. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Like we're not that team, dude. Like sometimes we actually do play Seattle kind of good. I don't know why, but I saw DJ Metcalf, bro. We don't got nobody in our team that can stop that motherfucker. Not even close. Like not even close.
I don't know
dog.
where he came up with 6-0. I could have seen you beating both the first 2 games, winning the first 2, but you lost the first one.
I think he was saying we were
Atlanta.
gonna beat the Rams and beat Atlanta and then lose to Seattle. But
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that's how he was thinking, but we can't guard DJ Metcalf at all, bro. So like this Atlanta game, I have to pick the Cowboys simply because I don't want them to be 0-3 to start the season. But I'm thinking it's gonna be some bullshit where it's like 24-23 on a last-second miracle field goal, 60-yard field goal to win the game type shit, bro. Like that's the only way I see this going our way, bro.
oh man, this is like super tough, but I got to give it to you. But I don't think 20.
Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself, Matt. You
I
can
think
pick
I'm
Atlanta.
going 12-10. You guys, it's gonna be a boring game.
You're probably right because what'll probably happen is it's just gonna be a bunch of slop. You know what I'm saying? And like wind up beating them because Atlanta finds ways to beat themselves. I can't really explain what's up with them, man. Like they really shouldn't have lost last week. I forgot who they was playing. They was playing somebody, but their defense is actually really quick, sideline to sideline. Oh, they was playing Seattle. But yeah, like over the top, bro. Russell Wilson, I'm telling you, man, DJ Metcalf is a whole other type of animal, bro. Like, I don't know if you like,
He's
bro,
too
that pass he
fucking
can
big, dude.
Bruh. He's fast too.
Yeah.
It's like Randy Moss that can't jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's essentially what that is. But, like, if Randy Moss was T.O., though. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
about to
Like,
say.
that's how swole he is.
He's like
it's
if
crazy.
Randy Moss like somehow took half of Derrick Henry and put
Right.
it into his body. It's like
It's
half
amazing,
that.
dude.
Yeah, I
think
wish
they said
we
that
had him, but I mean, honestly, I'll tell you, Steelers got this guy named Chase Claypool who only had one catch, but it was an amazing catch. But this dude's huge as fuck.
Hey, man.
We haven't had one of those guys since Plaxico Burress, so maybe if he can just not shoot himself in the leg, you know, that'd be nice.
I think the
He
Cowboys
actually
could
has
make the Cowboys could get that 7th spot in the playoffs, though. Just looking down the road, I mean, they gotta really change their philosophy, though, bro. I don't like the fact that they didn't kick that field goal when they should have, man. Like,
well,
that was
who's
all
in your
coaching.
division? It's okay. Washington,
Eagles.
you, Eagles,
And the Eagles. But see, the thing about it is that them Washington games are going to be tooth and nail type of shit because Washington defense not going to lay down, bro. Like, they don't never
but
lay
they
down.
could take dumps with everyone else that they play. You don't know that.
Yeah, their
I mean,
offense is trash. Like, that's the thing. I'll give them, like, their offense ain't that good. So, like, hopefully our defense finds themselves and wakes up, but they already had a bunch of injuries. That Van Der Esch kid's out, which I wasn't banking on him no ways. Sean Lee's out, like always, so I wasn't banking on him.
why did they
But
even bring his ass back? I'd be like, dude, fucking, we can't do this anymore. We can't.
On Hard Knocks, first off, Sean Lee is kind of stupid, bro. Because, like, on Hard Knocks, it looked like what I saw was that Sean Lee was the linebacker coach. It's like he was a player/coach the way I saw it. Like, he was, like, literally watching film with him and, like, pointing stuff out, which he looked like he was great at it. But my thing is like,
do that.
Go get coaching money then. Go tell Jerry Jones, sign me as a coach. I'm tired of pulling my hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times are you going to rehab the same hamstring, dude? It's over. Stop it.
He'll look like a B. If there was a preseason, he'll be like, he's back. Look at this guy. He's back to his old thing. Week 1, minute 1. Sean Lee's out for the season again.
Well, you know what happens to him, bro? Why I think what makes him good is the reason why I think he keeps getting hurt is that they always say that nobody can block that guy. So if you look at him on tape, when, like, linemen get up to him, he just, like, somehow wiggles around them where, like, they never put a hand on him and he's right by them. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. But I feel like that doesn't work all the time because what a dirty lineman does is after you do that wiggle and you go to make the tackle, they just push you in the back. You know what I'm saying? While your leg is, like, sideways and it's just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what makes him good is what gets him hurt. So it's like, bro, you're not built for this, bro. Some people are just not built for it, man. Like, who was it?
Having a great player like that where it's like, oh, man, I can't wait for next year when he's ready. Next year comes, it's like, yep, there he goes again. There he goes.
Well, to me, it's like how Andrew Luck hung it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I feel like more players should think about that path because, like, look at Michael Irvin, bro. Michael Irvin was one of the greatest receivers of all time. Michael Irvin hurt his neck and had to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to he could have kept playing. Like, he could have been, stubborn and rehabbed his neck and said, I'm going to try my best, you know what I'm saying, and play again. And they would have let him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that you got to realize. Like, people will let you do that. You know what I'm saying? But do you want to have your neck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you only get one. You know what I'm saying?
When you're 40 years old.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's my thing, man. It's like Sean Lee, bro. Like, your hamstring is gone, dog. Like, they can't keep reattaching shit to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop, bro. Go get a coaching job and become a good coach. Like, that's fine. There's no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did what you did. Like, I don't get it. But, I'm not a football player either. So maybe it's just a different mindset behind that. I don't know.
I think it's like those UFC fighters when they're at the end of their thing their career where they just keep getting knocked out over, for 10 years they can't be beaten. They can walk through everything and just keep fighting. And then eventually they just get to that point where, for a football player, it's every time they pivot left, their fucking MCL snaps or something. And for like a UFC fighter, every time they get popped, it's just automatic. Their lights turn out. So I think Sean Lee is just at that point where he has the ability, like, if this one thing wasn't hampering him, he could do everything, but that one thing is the motor to get everything else to happen. So it's probably about time to just call it quits.
And also, in that same vein, like, there's some of the most terrifying like warning stories of when you don't hang it up. Like
Yeah.
Junior Seau shot himself in the chest, dog. Like that shit wasn't because he didn't play football. It was because he played football. You know what I'm saying? Like it was directly correlated to that. So it's like if you know that that's like a possibility for your future, you could become the next Aaron Hernandez, then why wouldn't you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing about it. You know what I'm saying? He's lucky it's just his knee. It could be his
it
brain.
ain't even
You know
just
what I'm saying?
that. It's I mean, Jim McMahon, that guy from Chicago that was like in the 70s.
Yeah.
His wife did this thing, I think it was on ESPN or like a 30 for 30 or something. You know, that guy was like this charismatic, full of personality type dude, you know, kind
When
of a
the bear
bad boy
shuffle
of
and
the
shit.
league and all that shit. And now she's like, I can't leave him alone, my husband alone, because he'll leave the house and 2 seconds after he's out the door, he can't remember even who he is. So I have to be there to kind of remind him. And like she was like showing a room where, you know, she has to put all this. It's almost like 50 first dates where every day this guy wakes up and he doesn't even know who, like all this awesome shit he's done.
Well,
He's just some guy.
bruh.
So
Back in his day, though, that's
Oh,
back
dude.
in the smelling salt eras where literally they were waking people up out of comas and being like, "You all right?
Get out
back
there,
in there,
motherfucker.
Yeah. You know what I'm
I
saying? It's like, bro,
remember-
like you literally woke me out of a dream. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You want to see some crazy shit? Watch Ronnie Lott play football
God.
at all. His tackling
it's the
style
dirtiest motherfucker
was
in the
to
world,
just
bro.
cold cock guys in the head with this fucking a wrapped fucking brick of a hand. He would just hit people and knock them out.
I've seen it so many times, bro. Like honestly, the
And
fact
he's
that
a
used to be
legend.
legal is
Like
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy to watch because now you can't like basically what he was doing was just assault. Now it's
Right.
if you did it, you get kicked out of the game. He was doing it every fucking play, like just
Right.
nailing
It's
dudes.
like that year when Roy Williams on the Cowboys kept horse collar tackling everybody.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like literally,
I
bro, like,
forgot
that's
about that guy. Fuck that guy.
Oh, bro.
On your
That guy
behalf,
did that
fuck
to
the guy.
every player, bro. Like he like literally every receiver in the league that you can name, he did that shit to until he broke T.O.'s ankle. And then it was like, oh, we might want to stop this guy from doing that.
Yeah, right.
Because the only guy doing it too. Like I was like, I never even seen anybody tackle anybody like that. Like the way he even figured that out to me is amazing. Like you can grab a guy's shoulder pads and just drag him to the ground from behind. Like never even crossed my mind to try some shit like that. He did it to every person he got a chance to. Like he wasn't even trying to regularly tackle him. Like it was just like, oh, let me grab this guy's back and yank him to the dirt. Like it's
That's
amazing.
why I
bro.
never got like having long hair. Like a lot of dudes have like braids
hell
and
no.
shit. Because I remember one time when that horse collar shit was kind of being brought up, Troy Polamalu intercepted some guy's pass. You know, he had like a shit ton of hair.
Like, swung
Some
from
guy
his hair,
just
yep.
fucking and just like yanked him down by the fucking hair. It's like
That guy Tarzan on his hair, bro.
goddamn, yeah, it's like a fucking assault. You're basically almost killing a guy with his fucking hair or his whatever you can grab.
But
onto, so.
I'm pretty sure to Polamalu's credit, he got that get back.
Yeah.
He got him back.
He
Like,
probably smacked that guy in the fucking face.
yeah, I'm sure a few plays later, that guy regretted every bit of that shit.
I'll tell you one thing about that
Polamalu
guy.
was crazy.
Oh my, he made plays like he could intercept the ball, and he has a lot of splash plays and like highlights where just insane interceptions and not necessarily like punishing guys. But if he got a like clean shot at some people, I mean, that little dude could just straight up destroy. It was crazy.
Hell yeah,
dude.
bro.
I loved having.
I mean,
that guy
honestly,
on
though,
my team.
he's another one that was smart. Like he got out the league when he had, at his top, and was like, I mean, he won a Super Bowl, so I guess he didn't have nothing to really leave on the field. But like, he could have kept playing if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he could have gotten like traded or what. He could have played on a different team for sure for years, but he always struck me as somebody that didn't really necessarily enjoy anything other than the aspect of just playing football. Like, because he never really talked too much or any of that stuff. And like, I know just because I know people personally in Pittsburgh, a cousin of mine being one, my cousin got like some sort of like bone marrow cancer and had to get his leg amputated at below the knee, something crazy. Survived, he's doing great. But Troy Polamalu just showed up to the hospital he was at in Pittsburgh like one day and spent like hours talking to kids. And literally my other cousin, who's his mother, you know, it's like one of those things, told me, she's like, yeah, he was like telling people do not take photos of him. Like he was adamantly saying just do not do that because he doesn't want anybody to know he's doing that shit. Which to me shows you what caliber of a person that dude is, you know?
Hell yeah,
So
man.
super cool. But I mean, at the same time, that's kind of crazy, that duality where somebody that nice and soft spoken can put a fucking football uniform on and straight drill somebody into the ground.
Honestly, man, I probably need to like start doing something like that too, man. I need to like take Muay Thai or something because like I'm so nice, but like I have some darkness in me where
Oh yeah, dude.
I might wind up and catch I know, bro. I might wind up and catch a body out here one day just by accident, bro. Like I ain't trying to, man. I really like I almost killed somebody today, bro, in traffic, man, just because like people crazy out here. Some bitch blowing the horn at me, threw a quarter at my car afterwards. I'm just like, bitch. And then she was stopped at the red light. I was like, bro, I should just drive up there and get out of my car and just fuck this old lady up. But it was a woman. That's the only thing that saved your life. If that had been a man, I would have choked that woman to death, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I need help, man. Like to my credit, I guess that's a sign of growth because I didn't do that. But there was a time where I would have went to jail, dog, like straight up, and not even blinked an eye. So I'm just like,
I mean, I've never been like that, but I've definitely had times where I've seen, because I could throw a lot of anger in a bottle and cork it up. But I've had times
I'm telling
where
you,
the
bro,
cork flies off, and it's like, oh, it was probably pretty terrifying to be on the other end.
Well,
like,
you can see you look back on and see yourself, and then it's like, oh damn, I shouldn't have. I was doing that, like, because like that's what I told myself. I was like, if I go over there and fuck this bitch up, like I'm gonna feel worse about it. So it's like, just you know what I'm saying, let it go. You know what I mean? But at a certain point, dude, like I just know it's like I have a trigger in me where it's like, how are you so nice? And then you can just instantly, cause I had like the greatest day ever today. Like everybody was nice, talking to new people, my job, everybody cool, everybody's all lovey-dovey, cracking jokes. And it's just like one thing will just make me just want to fucking go on a spiral. And it's like, I don't get it, man. I don't like that, dog. That's why I'm trying to grow out of it. I see that at least it's there, you know what I'm saying? So I can acknowledge it a little bit. But it's like, one day I might not catch that trigger and somebody gonna get their ass kicked, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. And it's like, I don't mean to do it, bro. I swear to God, I don't, man.
That's what like massages and for, though. You know, it's like, I guess
I've been meditating like a bitch. Hell yeah, I've been trying to meditate, man, and just get my mind. Like, I mean, that's one thing that Bruce Lee used to say. You know what I mean? If you give yourself into anger, you can easily be controlled. So I try not to, but you know what I mean? It's easier said than done.
The thing I've realized about my shit is that I have like this weird. I guess we're done with football, so we made
it's just a little back end discussion about life. I mean, this is related.
Yeah, exactly. So where Troy Polamalu could just play football and smack somebody in the face, it's like, right. I don't think he had any like inner demons. For me, I'm not ever mad about my life, but it's always like what I'm noticing is I'll judge somebody's actions. They don't even think about me in relation. So whatever, somebody sends a shitty email, somebody does something in traffic, and you're like, this motherfucker thinks I'm a bitch.
Right.
They think I'm a fucking bitch. I can't let that happen.
Exactly.
And I have like, that's my thing, is like respect.
Me too.
But
me too, man.
You like you said, you think about it after the fact, you're like, they don't know what I was thinking for 2 days before this that made me fucking, pop off. So I've become.
They don't understand. They don't understand your idea of respect or like decency. You know what I'm saying?
Or they don't know, like if it's a work thing, they don't know maybe they don't know all the work that you did. That you're like, you should know I did this, but it's like, well, how would they know? You just did something, and you did it because you did it, not for they asked you to do it. So. I've become aware that my trigger is based off of my perception of like, this is what I know. And this motherfucker is disrespecting me doing blah, 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 blah. And it's like, if you ask that guy, because I've done this recently with my friends and like people just trying to, like I got over cancer. So I can like sort of bring up like oh man, like let's figure this out type shit, whatever you want to call that. Like have conversation with my friends, and you realize like a lot of the problems or a lot of the things that you thought were like these huge barriers in a relationship or with a friend or whatever, they didn't even know about it. Like I've
Right.
said shit like, do you remember this? Or my buddy said something to me about something he remembered, and he's like, dude, like I'm so fucking sorry, dude. I can't believe I did that to you. I was like, what are you fucking talking about? And he's like, you don't remember that? And he's like, you know, you don't remember it. But that's the same
Right.
thing in your life. There might be something where you're like, this fucking guy, he didn't fucking give me dap when I walked into that party. And ever for like 5 years, you said fuck that guy because of that. And then you're
Right.
talking like, hey man, like last time I saw you, you were acting all shitty to me. What the fuck was up? And he's like, well, actually, like my girlfriend dumped me, and this guy I knew died, or whatever, you know, whatever the shit was. And it's like, dude, I'm an asshole. Maybe that's what it is. I've had a lot of that
Right.
recently, where it's like, maybe I'm a fucking psycho, and I'm just not realizing it. I need to kind of like change my perspective a little bit.
Well, I've seen this thing that shows, you know, everybody thinks that, you know, people are judging them and stuff or whatever. And then it's like when you see in actuality, everyone's just like insecure in their own head, not even paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's how
you know what I mean? Like,
everything
so,
in life you think is your thing. Like whenever I was
Right.
a little kid, and people would be like, I'm trying to think of something like I was embarrassed about. Like when you first started beating off as a young dude, you didn't want anybody to know about that. Even if kids are like kind of alluding to it, you're like, no, I don't do that shit. I don't do that
Right.
fucking shit. So it's like something like that where you're just like, you think like, I'm the only one doing this thing. I'm a fucking disgusting piece of shit. And then you just realize that whatever that thing is there's a million people who have gone through that exact same specific situation. Like
you are the only
down
one
the
beating
line,
off, man.
I mean,
No, you are the only one beating
I'm
off,
only beating
man.
off the way I do, which is, you know, with the top of my hand down, reverse style,
Oh,
reverse
Lord.
cowgirl.
Fucking Jersey shuffle ass shit,
Yeah,
some shit.
dude.
What the fuck? Nah,
I'm
man.
shaking the
When
dice
you,
slow, bro. I throw it out
man,
like that. Craps.
when you beat off, man, that's blood, man. That's blood. It look white, but that's
Semen is
really
blood.
blood.
You can't shoot it because that's your blood. That's your soul.
Oh man. But yeah, man, like I totally agree with you, bro. Like, I mean, I'm glad that our football conversation got to evolve into that. I mean, it's all we're talking about mentality and, you know, minds and all that, so it all attaches, but for sure it's all about personal growth, man. You know what I mean? Like, I think that really what winds up happening is you have to look at those moments when you get caught up on yourself and catch yourself and say, this is my chance, instead of getting caught up in this shit, to grow above it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, that's kind of what, it's funny we're talking about this. That's what in David Goggins' book, you know what I'm saying, is that he, at one point it went to like some other platoon, and like, he was like the PT head guy, and you know, he's crazy as fuck. So he was like, we supposed to stay hard, man. So every day he was like figuring out new and harder ways to work out. And they're like, one day the leader of the platoon came to him and they was like, yo, man, we ain't getting into this to be busting our ass. We already went through basic training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
we chilling. Like, we trying to just be like badasses, but not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So he said he got pissed off and didn't talk to nobody else in the unit. So they started calling him David, leave me the fuck alone, Goggins in the unit. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was just him and one other dude every morning going out there getting it in. And he said he hated everybody. And then one day he realized, he was like, oh, like you said, I'm holding people to a standard that I set for me. But like, I can't hate them because they don't have that same type of, you know, mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's not, They don't even think like me. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking like, what I'm doing is stupid. I look crazy. Whereas what I'm thinking is, I'm making myself harder for the next thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that's kind of where you have to realize, like, if you do hold yourself to that standard, you have to understand that part of that standard is upholding it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, just because I'm a good person, everybody else not a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I wouldn't do some crazy shit don't mean somebody else wouldn't do some crazy shit. And when somebody does do that to you, you don't got to stoop to their level. You know what I'm saying? Because like, in the end, is what they always say. Like, when the wise man argue with the fool, you can't tell a difference between who's and who. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what this whole podcast is just two fools.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, Aaron. So
Hell yeah, bro. And it's like me and you got motherfucking me and you got
We
half an
got one
eyeball
eye,
between
but I
us.
was about to say we got one eyeball between us, dude. That's all it takes. You just
Hell
got that
yeah,
one.
shit.
But I mean, honestly, dude, that's one thing when I was working out a lot, I kind of think that sort of mentality where you're like, I'm trying to think how to word this. Like you and I were putting in shit tons of effort, like
Right.
working out and doing whatever we were doing. Like everyone that wasn't you or me in my life, I held to the psycho Matt standard of effort. So
Right.
like we lived with somebody that wasn't you or I in our apartment. That individual, every time I came home and they weren't doing shit, I didn't like them less or more and more every time I saw them. In my head, I'm like, what? I can do this, this, and this. So what the fuck are you not doing that? But you don't know,
Right.
like, what the, and I'm not saying anything about that person, but I'm saying that across the board, people I worked with,
Yeah.
people
Like
we
people
met,
can
it's just
like
like,
say, oh, I don't got enough
you can't
time.
do that shit? Well, I'm
Yeah,
doing
you
this,
know?
so fuck you. Why don't you do something then? And it's just
Oh
like,
man.
I kind of got into that mentality where it was like, I don't know if I was it's narcissistic, probably is a little bit, but
I
I
don't know
could
what you
see
call it.
that mentality of the David Goggins thing. I mean, it's funny you kind of caught on to him because when I was doing all that crazy physical shit, I was listening to him. So like all that
Yeah.
shit where he's like talking about being like, it's weird how when people have similar like experiences, the inner voice that they have is the same. Like he was fat and got skinny, and he's always like, "Don't be a bitch, like do this." So like in my head, if I don't want to work out, and sometimes my wife will say something to make us work out, but no matter what, in my head, it's like, "You're a fucking bitch. Stop being a bitch." You know, it's like the same inner voice that he has, and I think it's like a shared. It almost makes you think like there is some sort of shared consciousness. Like if you experience something similar to somebody else, there's almost
Oh,
like
I totally agree.
underlying
Like
understanding you have that other people don't have. Where it's same thing with cancer, same thing with like us being out in LA and having that experience. It's like if you haven't done that, I might not be able to talk to you at all. Like if you try to tell me something about it and you don't have the experience that I know you and I have or I have with my shit, I don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say. You know, it's like there's a different like wavelength that you get on when you have these like similar experiences and stuff. It's crazy. It's weird.
no, I totally agree with you on that shared consciousness, man. Especially like when it comes to training and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that there are certain thought patterns that have been proven success, you know what I'm saying? Like even like if you go back as far as like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like even like that was part of what he used to say. It was like, you know, there ain't no excuse to not work out. Every day is a day to get better, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, then there's those same thought patterns too of the people that don't adhere to that, where like you said, like somebody's stuck in a rut and it's like, well, I would do that, but like that's a thought pattern too. That's a universal
Yeah,
consciousness
I mean,
that will,
I've experienced that. And what's crazy to me
yeah,
is like I've had that and I know how easy that is. But when somebody does that now, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like I can't
yeah,
even make myself think like that anymore. So it's crazy that people think you can't get out of those things, but it's so easy to get out of. It's almost like once you do that, whatever that is, you can't ever go back mentally. Like I am always worried I'm going to be fat again. Like somehow I'm magically going to gain 200 pounds and be that guy again and not, drink soda and shit. But that's never going to happen. Like it just will never happen because of that. Mind's a crazy thing. It's very powerful.
yeah.
Super powerful.
But yeah, man, I think a lot of that is all attest to fear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
I think a lot of that is like legitimately like making the change or trying to even like stay on the course of something. You know what I'm saying? Like how we're talking about working out and staying strong and all that. Like I think even there's a little bit of a level of fear there too, where you're afraid of not achieving as much. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be a bitch type of thing, because like that mentality can get you in some shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like David Goggins didn't blow his knee up and do a whole bunch of other crazy shit to his body that shouldn't have
I
happened
got
too. You know what I'm
leukemia,
saying?
bro. I'm pretty sure me
Yeah.
getting so crazy on my body is part of that. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, there's a balance in everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like where we're talking about with that thought pattern shit, like that legitimately, we're looking at it on the individual scale. Now you look at that on a global scale. So like, for example, with the president, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have this mindset of like, it don't matter who I vote for because the shit ain't gonna change, and you know what I'm saying? Or I kind of agree with that too, but I think that that's a defeatist mindset at the same time, because I think that you have to do something radical to buck that system to the point where it's like, well, if shit don't change, we got to hold them to accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like the problem is that nobody holds any of them people accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's like you put in the votes and think that's all that you got to do. It's like you need to be at that motherfucking doorstep every day like, yo, where's what you said you was going to do, player? What's up? You know what I'm saying?
I just think the problem with it is that people can't visualize, especially like when you think of society, like our United States, like the society we live in, they can't visualize whatever the mechanism of change is. So like an example I've been thinking of is everyone always thought like universal basic income. There's no way. Like, how can this happen? It's stupid. It's a dumb idea. How are we going to do it? Well, as soon as the pandemic hit, they figured out a version of it. It might not be perfect, but they did something. So that already now, with the pandemic still going and the situation that we're in the United States, that's probably going to have to be a reality moving forward, is some sort of universal basic income. Because if this happens again with a pandemic, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing. Something I've been reading also is that, I guess, is what people are worried about in connection to like these lockdowns and stuff, is that now that they've established that they're willing to do this for a pandemic, what's to stop them for doing it for something that's maybe less of a danger to society? Maybe not a global pandemic, but like a bad flu or something of that nature. So,
well, I mean, they kind of already were doing that on small scales in Tennessee, dude. Like before Corona hit, like there was such bad flu in the school systems that they were sending kids home for weeks at a time and being like, yo, don't come back because it's just everybody's sick here. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing we can do. You know what I'm saying? And like them kids wound up having to go to school for extra days and all that stuff too. It's like in our time, bro, that wasn't even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you get out of school because kids are sick? Like, that doesn't even sound real.
Sick. If you weren't dying, like when my tried to, I know my mom somehow listens to this shit. I don't know why she does, but when I was a little kid, I would try to fake sick a lot, you know, and sometimes I got away with it. Sometimes I didn't. But I mean, even when I was sick, if you weren't puking, shitting blood, or something catastrophic was happening to your body, you were going to school. Because there were no babysitters or anything during the school year. My parents both worked, so it was either you ain't staying home unless you gotta stay home. Unless you know, maybe in high school and shit it changed a little bit, but yeah, it's crazy to think about that stuff now because I mean, I went to school just ill as fuck sometimes, just feeling like shit, and now that's absurd. You know, now you're a monster if you do that. So it's weird, man, especially like societal change. We talk about it every week, and I know it's like for a personal thing, I've done it a lot and I've seen it. So now it's not as daunting to me, but in terms of like having everyone sort of buy into one way of thinking or whatever, man, I hate to be a pessimist. Like I'm a very positive person, like normally, but when it comes to this sort of overarching stuff where we got to depend on everybody getting on board with something, it seems like it's just not possible, man. There's just such a drastic difference between what I would call the dumb people and the smart people, where, you know, a very simplistic way of looking at it. But when I see, and we made fun of it, but to me it's like scary that I could consider this journalism. But that Al Gas No Brakes guy I brought up last week, the people he shows on that YouTube show may be the extreme of the dumb, right? But there are adults in there, and there are voters in there. There are people with day jobs and probably seem normal in society.
That drive cars every day.
Around. So, if those people exist and are given the same sort of voice in our society as we are, as some people that are much more intelligent than we are, I just can't, because if it's so easy to manipulate people like that, like Trump can easily just snap his fingers, say some dumb shit, and they'll do whatever he wants. So I don't see an easy way out to do it through voting. We keep saying,
No, yeah.
I don't want to be pessimistic and say your vote doesn't matter because that discourages people from voting. My wife had to discourage me from thinking like that just because I'm like that. I'm naturally like that. I've been like that for years.
Right.
It's like, why vote? It
I am
doesn't
too.
matter. But there is a reason to vote. It's something important, and it's not just a right, but it's kind of your duty to do that, especially now, to at least try to do something about this idiot that's in office. So I don't
Well,
know.
what you're talking about,
I
bro,
feel like we got to
you
hit
about to,
fucking bust some skulls and get that anger out. Just do that. That's
oh,
what it's
man.
gonna take, dude.
Well, you're about to
Oh.
unlock Pandora's box of conspiracies.
Ain't Life Funny Podcast presents Conspiracy Time.
Man, getting on the same page, bro. We all are in dire straits right now if we don't. Like, the world is kind of like on the verge of like collapse, bro. Like, we're in the fall. Like, the reason why shit is so fucked up is we're in the fall of the industrial age, bro. Like, nobody wants to talk about it and shit, but like literally, like, all the gasoline that can be mined and shit, they're tapping it out to the nth degree. All the oceans are overfished. All the farmland is overfarmed. Like, it's to the point now.
It's burning to the ground.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The reason why shit is burning is because there's not enough rainfall and stuff, because there's endless droughts and stuff, and then the ice caps are melting. Like, literally, like, we are dealing with a problem that's so much bigger than just a pandemic and just like people being broke or having enough jobs and all that stuff. Like, what's really going on is that because we've been living in a world of convenience where it's like we have everything we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now I got like 3 lights on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we want that at all times, where like even at 1 a.m. I want to be able to turn my TV on and see something and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we live in that world. I saw something the other day on Netflix that said to do one Google search is the equivalent of keeping an LED light on for 3 minutes. So imagine how many Google searches you do, how much CO2 that's burning. They said that the internet makes as much CO2 emissions as the airline industry does.
Isn't that crazy?
So like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, just think about all that. And then now all that on top of the fact that at any given point, a volcano can explode and release tons of unfiltered gases into the atmosphere, bro. Like, our planet, like, we think about like the stuff like white man hating the black man hating the white man and shit like that. Like, our problems are so much bigger than that, to the point where like, if we don't get on one page, we're all going to be fucked, bro. Like, I don't want to delve too deep in it because I can go even deeper onto some other shit. But like, that's what the real, thing that we all need to really start thinking about. Like, not even just who the president's going to be, but like, who's going to guide us into a world where our energy isn't killing us. You know what I'm saying? Because we already live in a world where you have to have everything at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Like, even working remote from home and shit, like, it's kind of a good thing because people aren't driving as much. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of helping with the roads a little bit. But on the flip side of that, everybody's using electricity. Everybody's watching TV more, talking on the phone more. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff costs. Like, we just think that like, oh, I just charge my phone and then my battery's full and I get it until, it runs down. Like, they think that's how the energy system works. Like, the way that battery got recharged is that somebody went into a fucking mountain, dug up some black coal, and then burned that shit. And now what they've done is they got this shit called biomass, which is literally cutting down an entire forest and burning the trees with chemical accelerants to make it hotter. So you're destroying Mother Nature to keep this power, addiction going. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if we decided to live in a world where after 8 p.m., you can only turn on your fridge, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the AC, like, you know what I mean? That's the only thing that works in your house. Like, it would save so much energy, but nobody would ever do that because we're not going to, like, we can't even get people to wear masks, you know what I'm saying? So, like, how are we going to get everybody to agree to some shit like that?
That's what I mean. It's
So,
like, you feel like there's something now where everyone should be on the same page, but they politicized it so no one's on the same page, even in our country, let alone the world.
Yep.
And if we can't do it for something like this, where it's like, it's a health crisis, it's not a money thing or some sort of political power grab or something, that it seems hopeless. Everyone always thought, like, to me, something when I would do mushrooms with my buddies in college, we always used to say, like, dude, like, if aliens, this is such a fucking mushroomy pothead thing to say, but if aliens came to Earth, you would think that everyone would just be like, oh, well, United States, China, these don't matter anymore. This is an Earth thing. And now we're going to all sort of glom together and become this one unified thing. And I feel like it wouldn't happen like that, even if something insane like that happened. Like if Godzilla came out.
You know what's really going on?
It would just be like, oh shit, America, it's a Team America. We're going to try to get Godzilla on our, it's almost like.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what's really going on is, yeah, I was about to say, like, if you believe in the phenomenon of UFOs and aliens and the people that do, they would tell you that the militaries and the governments are in a war for crashed vehicles so they can steal the technology from it, reverse engineer it, and create weapons to fight other countries. And also the aliens, I guess, too, unless they're on our side. So, I mean, like, already what you're saying is the truth. Like, same thing with Godzilla. Like you said, like, they were trying to figure out a way to weaponize Godzilla, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and that's terrifying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really the ultimate. Godzilla is the story of nuclear warfare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's how he supposedly
came about. That's what I was about to say. It's like you think once they figured that out, like, oh, we could actually erase everything with this one thing we figured out. Maybe we should all just, okay, well, this is incredible. This is like this huge. Right. We've harnessed the power of the sun. So maybe now let's all figure this out. Maybe this can actually be a positive instead of everyone has their hand on a button. Like, if you fucking, what, dude? Fuck you.
In a fucking Mexican standoff for the next 100 years, just everybody fucking flinching and pump faking until somebody actually decides to pull a trigger.
About nuclear power and nuclear weapons is that literally the only real reason that nobody uses them on each other after we did it, or they use the atomic bomb, is that what everyone assumes is going to happen is mutually assured destruction. It's like, I'm not going to bomb you because I assume that if I hit the button, you're going to hit the button and everyone's going to hit the button and then it's all over with. And
bro, you know what's even crazier?
More crazy now because it's like, how many people are like closer than we are to hitting the button? And how many buttons are there?
Right.
You
know? Well, the reason why I think all that shit is even like what it is because you have to realize, man, like we live in the realm of capitalism, dog. Like at the end of the day, they're trying to make money, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like even on that nuclear shit, you know what I'm saying? Like with the threat of the power of that then gives you the ability to go into another country and be like, hey man, what's up with that oil? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up with that gold? You know what I mean? Like, and then they got to listen to you. Because you got the guns, you got the power, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why America gets invited to places.
Not everyone's allowed to have that. There's countries where we're like, hey, North Korea, no, you can't do that.
Well, you act like, but think about this, though. Because of that capitalism, like, people think that, like, corporate, like, strong arming and shit doesn't exist. Whereas, like, if I was, like, a little scientist and I created, like, a clean burning energy system, they would be like, you know, GE might come knock on my door and be like, hey, motherfucker, you better give us that patent right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit happens, bro.
It's like fucking hemp.
You know
the guy that found out hemp, it was like, the people that had paper were like, fuck you, bro. We already got these machines. We got all this going. Fuck you. We ain't
you ain't about to cut our check? Exactly. It's like, well, this is better, though. It's cleaner for everybody. It's better.
Or weed.
Like everybody, what about
that make drugs? It's like, you ain't gonna fucking legalize weed. Fuck that. Because that means all these pills that we sell for $8,000 a bottle, nobody will need those.
No, we selling fentanyl over here, motherfucker.
Yeah,
ain't no weed. Yeah,
and
exactly.
We got people addicted to this shit. Fuck you.
Right. Like we figured this all out.
Even
I mean, bro, that's what it is.
Stealing our drugs are making money off our drugs. You know, it's like that's how powerful that shit is. And weed, it's like if everyone had weed, like if it was just out there. And I could just grow a shit ton of weed and everyone just on the same page about it. You know, I know we had a discussion where, you know, obviously you're not going to be using it anymore, but like medically, it would like, it seems like it would just be like, it would change the face of at least medicine drastically or prescription drugs. I mean, definitely. So
I mean,
like,
I think
there's a lot of things that are like weed in society. I'm not just using that as an example.
Right. I was gonna say, I mean, like, I think that, like, that's almost every industry, dude. Like, you can look at even any job that you've ever had and be like, yeah, but there's better ways to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you could pay us all a little bit more and we could do this too. You know what I'm saying? But they go, oh, we ain't paying y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, no, we making money how this is. Like, that's why I used to hate about being a bartender, because it would be like, why can't somebody come over here and help me at the bar when I need help? You know what I'm saying? And it would be like, well, because servers just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, but they're not doing anything.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
Aaron. Don't.
Right.
This is
you know
how
what I'm
it's
saying?
done.
And it's like, yeah, but we all are pooling tips together. So
Movie industry's
why
the same
wouldn't
way.
you?
It's like, why do we
Yep.
have to do this? This seems complicated. I can do this over here with my buddies with this and do the same exact thing. It's like, well, no, that doesn't fall within our system that we've set up where we need this.
You're not in the
to do
guild.
this, and it's like, what?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, dude, it's because at the end of the day, somebody wanted to put their hand in your pocket, man. I mean, that's the way this shit was brought up. Like, I think a lot of the reasons why some companies are as successful as they are, Uber is a prime example, which they're about to collapse, is they fucking grease pockets, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've given millions and millions of dollars to, like, keep things the way they are and to make sure that no matter what, they gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're gonna just be, like, I seen this thing the other day. Some kid was talking about he was making on track to make $100,000 a year driving Uber 12 hours a day in California. But then they were like, if you actually
dude,
crazy, dude, there's no way. But they were saying that if you actually did the math and took away like his, cost of gas and time and all that, he was only going to wind up making like 40 G's, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was probably
So
like way less than half. 30%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like taking taxes out and everything. It's just like, so you just see, man, like the real key to it is that in order to get successful in this world, you have to figure out how to be that person with the grease pocket and on the top. But the way you do that is you have to exploit your fellow man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know anybody that's rich that hasn't done that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, there's a line where it's like, do I cross this dirty line? Do I go ahead and close the orphanage so I can build the power plant? You know what I'm saying? Like, or do I, kill all the animals so that I can build the meat factory? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, like, you have to figure out where that line is in you morally. And what you got to realize is, like we were talking about before, everybody's not the same. Some people are raised to think, fuck everybody else, get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, rich ass people, that's what they teach their kids. Like, that's how you become an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to figure out what they want. Then you got to give it to them and charge them this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't like me and you, bro, did way too much free work in film where it was just like, oh yeah, we'll do that on the strength, on the love. We just want to get out there and do something, get our name out there and shit. It's like, they're not doing you no favors at the end of the day. And that's what we realize.
They don't give a fuck because there's somebody else that's going to do that right after you that they don't have to hire you again. They're like, oh yeah, thanks for your help, man. What's your name again? What'd you do? It's like, dude, we just worked together. Oh, cool. I'll talk to you later, and you never get a call again or whatever. So, I mean, I think you're right, dude. I think you can make so much money, and then anything after that has to be covered in some kind of blood to get you to the next level. So that's kind of we really like to paint these really positive pictures, bro.
Well, I mean, I think that the whole gist of what Ain't Life Funny is that there's this whole idea that, there is some form of perfection out there, or that, everything is cool and lovey-dovey. And like, we come on here and joke and shoot the shit all the time, bro. Like, I felt bad because I heard you on Sean's podcast and y'all were just talking about the good old days, you know what I'm saying? And then I get on here and always got to like hit y'all with the real, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, this is just the way that I know the world to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we've been talking about this for years, dude. We just never actually recorded. We could have been recording this and had 10 years worth of this shit while we were out in LA sounding psycho as fuck. I mean, it definitely.
Well, the problem with it is that I think that it is funny because we're not the only people that think like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the average person is smart enough to see what's going on and understand that, and more people are getting to that point where they're seeing it and being like questioning the world around them, bro. But like, that's what the corona is really terrifying, I think, to the government, is that everybody got a chance to stop and reevaluate shit and was like, oh damn, like, this ain't really what we thought it was.
This guy says,
you know what I'm saying?
Everyone has the same time as a troll who can just look at everything you've said every day and be like, last week you didn't say that shit, you said this. And so everyone has kind of that same momentum. I mean, it is probably terrifying to be in power right now. I mean, I've said it before. I think violent revolution is the only way that anything changes.
It'll never happen.
But that's not gonna. Yeah, like you said, in America, we could never
The
overcome
violent-
the government power, and there's not enough. We can't ever get on the same page. The
about to
people that
say,
are
the
smart
violent,
enough to want to do that will actually probably be ripped apart by the people who are capable of the violence necessary to,
Yep. You
it's
just
one
said
of
what I was
those
about to
things.
say. Yep. We're going to wind up killing each other, arguing over who we should be trying to get at instead of actually teaming up and getting at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what'll happen. Like, one day they'll hold a meeting and all the red hats will show up and all of the blue hats and the black hats and everybody else. And it'll be like, yeah, man, it's these motherfucking government people trying to get the aliens. Like, actually, it's not the aliens, it's the motherfucking this and this. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, like, you stupid. And then it'll just be a fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think that we've evolved past that point yet, man. As much as everybody wants to be like some enlightened being, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really all that, bro. We ain't there yet, man.
It's like, there's like all these causes that are just causes, but you can even see it, that what we're talking about within all them, where it's like there's people that support Black Lives Matter, and that right now it's very necessary. But then there's somehow some other people who have another cause that's also like they think is important. It's not necessarily Black Lives Matter, but they'll attack Black Lives Matter, or somebody else will attack that person, and it's always a fight. I guess you should have seen that coming. Maybe that's what the people who created the internet actually saw, was they were so smart to be like, you know what? It's crazy that everyone's reaction, like knee-jerk reaction, is to be like, nah, that's bullshit, or like it's some sort of like confrontation. Like if you like something, there's a lot of people who immediately just don't want to like it because you like it, like that kind of thing. And they almost saw that in society and created this thing where it's just nonstop confrontation. We're like, hey, they don't have to look at each other, so there's no worry about getting their ass kicked. So all this is just people arguing over and over again all the time, and it's just going to intensify and intensify. But that with it intensifying, every time it does that, we get more money. We know how to tap into this because these people, they love to argue with these people. So if we just have this website that does that, let's just flood a bunch of advertising in, all that money, we get that. And the more people argue, the more people want to advertise on this, and it just keeps going and growing and getting more intense and more disjointed. Like, it's like if you go on the internet, there's no like straight up argument between anybody. There's an argument here. Well, let me go to this website. There's an argument there. But what are they arguing about? And it's almost like people should just be like arguing about the same thing. This idiot that's in power, the people in power.
Well, the thing too is, some of them are arguing with people that aren't even real, dude.
Yeah,
like, that's the other part about the internet.
Yeah, it's like
you're
going
fighting
on
ghosts.
back in the day, or a chat room in AOL, and it's like you're fucking with some guy, or somebody's fucking with you, and you're getting fired up, like, what the fuck? Like, this fucking person's saying this shit, and then it's just some little kid that's, causing an insane, now they can end somebody's career, they could, ruin somebody's reputation, whatever it is, and, man, it's a weird fucking time.
You ever seen, this is the last thing I'm really going to say, we can end that if you want, but I was thinking, you ever seen that movie Mothman's Prophecies? Remember that shit? I don't know if you it's a long time ago.
Gere. That was a real thing, dude. That was in Ohio, bro.
All right. Well, sure it was, but it was a terrible fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, by all means.
I remember there was some with the bridge collapsing or some shit.
Terrible movie, dude. Like, because it was sold as a horror movie, but it was really like a psychological thriller, I guess. It really wasn't a horror movie. But one of the things they say in that movie is they say that the Mothmen are like us, but they just have a higher perspective. It's like if you were a bird and you could see over the city, you could see more blocks than somebody walking on the corner. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what the internet is. It's like those admins or the people up in the air looking down with that God view being like, hey, what if I throw a piece of cheese over there and then I put some rats on that side, see what happened, you know what I'm saying? And they just, it's constantly, like we were talking about SimCity shit, you know what I'm saying? Same thing where it's literally like, let me just tip that scale one way just a little bit too far and see how everybody trip out. And like that's really what they've done to us, man. Like they've gone so far as done experiments to see that like people get dopamine hits from Facebook posts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was telling you about football. Like I'm getting pissed off about even watching football because it's making me get upset about some shit that I ain't got no control over. It's like I shouldn't be getting mad watching fucking sports and shit. Like I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, it's
like
been,
I'm never gonna be on the team. They're never gonna be like, "Hey man, what do you think play we should run right now?"
Right, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, bro. But at the same time, it's been
Steelers,
like
you can't
20.
call me though. If you do need help, I'm happy to call. I know some plays. I got a couple.
Don't call me. Jerry Jones better not call me, dog, because he's going to get his ass cussed out. But I'll be like, it's been 20 goddamn years of my life, man. You ain't done nothing. Come on, man. Win a game.
Come on, my guy, and get some of these bitches real quick.
He's like, look, man, I might not have won no games, but you've been entertained. It's like, that's all I'm doing. I'm selling entertainment, bro. Like, that's what I think is really going on, man. That's how they
me and Mike Irvin are in the middle of a crack party right now. If you could just give me a little bit of time, I'll call you right back.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, bro. That's what it is, bro. They just keeping us all entertained right now, bro. Even Trump. Like, I think that's really what the whole guise of Trump is because, like I said, we're in the death of the industrial age. I think they know that, both sides. So they're just like, look, we just got to keep the monkey dancing. And he got the best fucking jig right now. So just let him keep dancing. And then we're going to find somebody else to put in there. He's going to answer the same questions the same way.
He does all the media's work for him. There's no need to do anything because he does it all. They don't have to put anything on the internet because it's already out there. And now they can just use that as a story. Like, President Trump put out a tweet. It's like, that isn't news, motherfucker. There were people going
I don't even know how that became a thing,
people get shot to death in the war, covering that as journalism. Not, Trump said that fucking Rosie O'Donnell's a pig. Okay, well, fucking the guy's an asshole. I'm sure he says a lot of shit like that. He probably says a lot of worse shit.
Don't read that shit.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Block his ass.
Yeah,
that'd be funny if he got blocked by everyone in the world. Just blocked that guy. He probably fucking blow his goddamn brains out.
Oh man, that actually would be worse than not voting him out of office. He probably like just let him be the president and just close his Twitter account. He'd lose his fucking mind, dude.
I wish he would. Maybe that's the way to beat him. It's like, you know, Tinkerbell, you had to acknowledge that she existed so she could have more power. Well, maybe it's the opposite with Trump. Like, if you don't acknowledge him, he just goes away. It's like ignoring a little kid that won't shut the fuck up. Like, if you just don't like react to it at all and just act like you don't hear anything, they'll just shut the fuck up.
Those videos where they convinced the little kid that they turned invisible.
Yeah. No!
I'm right here. You don't see me? Greg, where are you?
She's like pushes the chick. She's like, oh my God, did you feel that? That's crazy, dude. I wish I had a phone back when I was a little kid with a camera like that because I would have been doing all that shit. I love pranking people like that.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, dude. Yes, well, we're all getting pranked right now. Thanks. Like I said, everybody just don't believe in Trump, man.
That's hilarious. Jesus Christ. Well,
I think that's enough for us this week, y'all.
I think we hit the end point on this one. So thanks for listening, y'all. This is week 23. Hit us up with your picks for the Steelers, Cowboys, or the NFL in general. And we'll see you next week, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.